Hey, how's everyone doing out there? This is Aloysia Woods. For those of you that don't know me, I'm an author, motivational speaker, breakthrough life success coach, entrepreneur, and the founder of Sisters of Motivational Empowerment. And I'm also the owner of an online loose leaf tea cafe. So people might say I'm a serial entrepreneur. I don't know if I'm a serial entrepreneur as much as I am a seeker of living life with purpose and passion, living my dreams, following my purpose, and living life on my own terms rather than following a set path. So many out there live this life that they had no input in. Someone said, this is what you do, and they literally followed that path. And that doesn't mean they're not living a good life or they haven't accomplished good things. But I guarantee, if you're living a life and following a path that someone else is responsible for directing or helping you to cultivate, there's something in you that's missing. There's something in you yearning. There's something calling out to you. Very few people in this world actually even understand what their purpose is. They don't know what that means. And oftentimes, if they're working a job, they believe that their purpose is attached to the job that they're working. And that may be applicable in some instances. But if you're not passionately doing what you love, then you're definitely not following your purpose. It took me really working in the corporate world for a few years to really identify what my purpose was. And in the midst of that, I believe we all have different passions. It's not any one thing, but it was always important for me personally to tap into all of the things that I was passionate about so I could really discover and define what fulfilled me, what made me feel excited to get up and do every day. What would I do if I never got paid for doing it? And those things really took me launching different businesses, working in different corporate arenas to discover what that looked like. And honestly speaking, I didn't really initially understand what it all meant. So it meant really getting in touch with myself spiritually. It meant getting in touch with really identifying with what were the things that excited me, what made me happy. It was a series of steps that I had to navigate through to get to that aha moment. That moment where I said, oh, okay, I really love doing this. Ooh, I'm excited about this. It's just that feeling you get inside of you that makes you feel just this euphoric excitement about what you're doing. And for me, after I managed one of the largest retail tea stores that existed, Tivana, after managing that for a few years and really understanding the whole world of loose leaf teas, how they're cultivated, how they're brewed, what the right water temperatures are, the business side of it, because I was responsible for that. It was during the course of those years that I really got excited about the loose leaf tea world. I didn't know all of the components involved, but once I worked in that industry, I was able to learn all the pieces that made the whole. And I passionately set out. Once that journey concluded, because Tivana was bought by Starbucks and they sold. I mean, right in the midst of my career, they sold it, and I had to really figure out, what the heck do I do? I had to literally restart my life. And I tried to work at Starbucks, wherever they placed us. It was miserable. And I'm not saying Starbucks is a bad company, but oh my God, that desire to connect with your customer and engage in Starbucks is like this grind. You're just grinding, 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 and there's no excitement to it. Of course, for me, I find excitement in every customer that I connect with because I'm a people person. And so I had to find a way to bridge those gaps with the tea store. In the mix, I ended up partnering with someone and going into the spice and tea world. Whew, that's a whole nother conversation, but that I will teach on in my community at a different point in time. But what it really made me take a look at is, what do I really, really want to do? And when I was able to really identify that, then I had to look at, how do I start this? Even though now I had the knowledge, the understanding, the background, then I had to figure out how to really bring an online business into reality, how to bring it to life. And, I've had other businesses in the retail world. It was in the fashion aspect of retail, but now, because of my experience in the tea world, I had to figure out how to bring my own loose leaf tea experience into my own business, online business. And while it has grown, I have repeated customers, it's really still a continuing journey. So if you're out there really seeking, what do I do to launch my business? You got to really sit down and look at, be excited about what you're going to do. I love the tea world. I can't even express that. Here's my tea for the day. This one is my peach nectar. It's a black tea and it has natural peach flavors, all organic. Just check out yoteas.com. And so there's always tea next to me. Water, tea. There's always some kind of tea, be it a black tea, herbal tea, chai tea, green tea, oolong tea, blended tea, wellness tea, something. I'm sipping. So I say all that to say, first, identify what you're passionate about, what excites you, what moves you, what motivates you. And again, what would you do if you didn't get paid for it? And put a business structure together. Just lay out on paper, what does that business structure look like? What does the plan? They call it your business plan. And yes, it is, but map it out. Map out from point A to point Z. What does it look like? You don't have to have it all perfect, but lay it out so you can see it. Once you're able to lay it out, then you're able to really start doing research on what it would cost. Setting up a corporation. To me, the easiest path to go when you're a solo entrepreneur is an LLC. In whatever state you live in, it's really not that difficult. Just research it. You'll get your EIN number. You'll have to pay to set up your structure. And of course, that LLC has to be renewed yearly. If you need any sales license, whatever it is you need, your state will be able to clarify those things for you. And once you get those pieces set up, it's not that difficult. It just It really just requires you to sit still, do some research, and get your foundation set up. Once you set up that piece of it, at some point, you're going to want to set up a bank account and connect it and just begin the journey. I'll talk more about this in a more in-depth training. But what I wanted to really share with you today is don't be afraid. Don't be afraid of going for what you really dream and desire. You know that I also have a nonprofit, Sisters of Motivational Empowerment. That's where I do all of my trainings, regardless of what I'm teaching, what I'm training. I have our Sister Talk Sundays discussion, which brings together professional women to really share where their struggles are. And, for me, it's never a difficult or tedious task for me to get up and do what I need to do. Some days it may appear as if it's a lot because I'm building two brands and two businesses, but it excites me because I'm passionate about making a difference in the lives of others, empowering the lives of others. One is directed towards professional women, and one is directed towards health and wellness. And in my tea store, of course, there's CBD products. It took me a couple years to find the right CBD products to connect with my brand. So I partnered with another company, and that's always good to do. You have so many options that if you really sit still, you'll be able to get clarity on where you need to begin and how you need to move forward. Have some patience with yourself and do your research. You can join us in the community at someonamission.com. Visit me on my online tea store to see how my website is structured at yoteas.com, and just get some perspective and believe in yourself. Trust in your intuitive voice and listen to how spirit is leading and guiding you. Don't do anything without following that inner guiding voice. Everything begins there. Don't let all the outside noise confuse you and conflict you, because all that will do is shun out your light and create fear because you'll stand in darkness. So just get still, get quiet, and remember to breathe. Ladies, you don't breathe enough. Just breathe. And I promise you, you'll get clarity. Be still and know that I am God. Until we connect, ladies, I love you all. Again, the community, you can connect with us at www.someonamission.com. We're still working to get the nonprofit's website completed. Hopefully that will be completed by the end of the year. And there's so many great things unfolding. We'd love to have you bring your story, your lessons, and what you have to share. Let's be a part of giving back. Let's be a part of giving. And let's not just focus on what we can receive. Let's focus on what we can give to others. Because when we help enough people get what they dream and desire, guess what? The universe hears, sees, and responds to that. And we get everything we dream and desire. That is true talk. So don't live your life standing in selfishness or greed or be power hungry like this world is structured on. Just allow spirit to lead you. I am so excited to work with whoever chooses to be a part of our mission and our journey to impact and empower the lives of others. Love and light, ladies. Peace and blessings. and I hope to see you on the inside. Namaste.